Hey guys, player versus environment here, and we'll be going for the 5th dungeon of the exiled realm of Arborea called Sigil at Adstringo. It introduces quite a few new mechanics to the game, something that players would not have seen before. And the first of these mechanics is dodging mobs, finally. In the other MMORPGs, this is quite the usual thing to do. Whenever you go for the dungeons and instances, you would normally dodge the trash mobs. Okay, someone aggroed a couple. Let's take them down. Unfortunately, here in this game in TERA, it can be quite hard as the mobs here get the huge eyes. They can spot you from almost anywhere. Even if you were on top of the Eiffel Tower, they would still spot you and start chasing. They should work for police, I'm telling you. Okay, so I don't think I will be able to showcase a clear pattern of how to dodge all the mobs, as they usually like to move kind of randomly. Thus, one good pattern might not be good for another run. So just be flexible. That's all I have to say about it. Be flexible. Watch the patterns. Look for openings, and you will be able to. But god damn it! My previous run was much cleaner than that. We had to deal with a lot less trash. Okay, another interesting mechanic that this dungeon will be introducing here is the binds on pickup or BoP weapons and armor. Previously, all the weapons received from the dungeons, as well as the world, were binds on equip, which means you could trade them, you could mail them, do whatever. Oh my god, why the hell do they keep being spotted by everyone? We are pretty unlucky this time. Pretty unlucky, I'm telling you. And here in Sigil at Adstringo, lots of bosses. The most common drop from bosses is BoP equipment, which binds to your character, to the character who wins the role immediately, and you can well, I don't know. And you can only either equip it yourself or use that weapon for armor for enchanting. We've gotten to the first boss here. I'm feeling of deja vu. I thought I saw these guys somewhere before. For example, in the Bastion of Luck, our very first boss makes a return and appearance with a few new mechanics here. And of course, definitely hits a lot harder than he used to in Bastion of Luck. Anyway, he's got his area AoE here. He's got frontal cleave, he's got 180 degrees attack, which can be blocked or dodged. What else? He's got a cannon attack in which he marks 4 locations on the ground and fires shots at it. So for the range DPS and healers, it's better to take care of that. He also, probably his most dangerous mechanic, he also likes to split into parts and start spinning. Spin for the win, bro! We used to say that playing first the Defense of the Ancients and then League of Legends. You know, you're narrow, and then Garen. But anyway, this is what I've been talking about, and I am staggered. I could actually block that attack. But since I was performing an action, and then I got stunned immediately, well, they didn't work out. Anyway, as soon as he assembles back, Evignar, as soon as he assembles back from his spin fest, 4 mobs spawn, and they're pretty. I'm not sure what was that just a second ago. Doesn't matter. And as soon as he assembles, 4 mobs spawn, and they're pretty weak in terms of damage they can receive. you can kill them quickly, but at the same time, if you leave them alone, they can wreak havoc on your healers. Well, this guy goes down. I've got my first dragon fragment, a goal for the repeatable quest, which you can get outside. Once you complete the quest for this dungeon for the first time, you get a repeatable. Well, that's nice, considering you do not really get any experience. And what was the drop? Yeah, just look at that. Binds on pickup items are usually as strong as +9 enchanted tier 8 weapons and armor you could have been getting up to this point. So definitely use and equip them whenever you are able to grab them with your greedy hands. And my team leaves me behind. What in the world is going on? Anyway, I'm sure I will be able to find my way to where I need to go by myself. And it looks like they've aggroed, or maybe even dodged, everyone they only could. Where is everyone? Yeah, fighting over there. I managed to avoid everyone I could, so let's join in the fight. And the last interesting mechanic that this dungeon finally introduces is, of course, Boss Enrage, or as it's called in this game, Berserk. Well, in all the other MMOs usually it's called Boss Enrage, but here it's Berserk. But I'm still gonna call it Enrage. It doesn't matter if this term is used for something else in this game. So basically, whenever boss fight here lasts for longer than 15 minutes, he goes into a super badass mode and starts obliterating your party with a single hit. Not sure why would you want to fight any boss in this dungeon for longer than 15 minutes, but just in case your DPS is a little bit low, which might happen, of course. Doesn't look like it is for our party here. Actually, we're pretty well geared. Well, I hope by now you've realized that you have to keep your gear as good as possible if you want to have a good time progressing through this game. And here we go, the second boss. It's a badass dragon called Harkiris. And he has a lot of interesting mechanics as well. As you can see, he can fly up the air, and once he's up there in the air, you cannot attack him. Well, he pretty much can. Another mechanic is, as you can see, when he flew up, he marked 3 spots with damage over time puddles. You do not really want to stand in them, because you will be taking damage, and your ass will eventually fall apart. Next is his fire breath from the air. As you could have seen it just now, well, probably you would want to avoid it. That interesting slide move that annoys the shit out of all melee DPS, and even ranged ones, because the distance that guy travels is quite huge, going out of range of any DPS possible, even if it's a sword. Do not, well, I wouldn't personally try to catch this guy. This is something I think wrong with the tank right now, as he's unable to keep aggro on himself, so that the silly dragon just screams yay and goes sliding his shit out of people. And another something that you've already seen in Cultist Refuge with that Argon badass. He summons some strong adds which you will not be able to kill and don't need to, but they keep spamming a lot of AoE attacks which kinda hurt you. I do not really want to show how much they hurt. Simply know that whenever his brood appears, you gotta move around. Gotta move around and dodge all that ridiculous amount of red circles appearing on the ground. Who the hell let dragons paint the ground with red circles? I just do not understand. What I do understand though is that dragons do not have feeling of creativity. Look at this, now they're painting the ground. Let's do it in different colors. That would make it more more adventure friendly. Holy shit, he keeps summoning them. Stop this madness. Just look at that. There is no safe place there. It's a real war zone. At the same time, seriously, this dragon fight really reminds me of Lord Jirdan Fearcrack battle in Baldur's Gate 2. That was one hell of a badass dragon battle. And even though we do not have rogues with their ridiculously overpowered traps here, I felt like I didn't do any damage to this boss at all. What's even worse, I'm not really getting any items. It would be cool to get to get a chest plate out of this place. Okay, I've been reading the chat for a second there. I thought there was some drama unfolding, but it looks like the people are just trolling each other. Let's try to dodge as many mobs as possible, even though they are pretty close to one another in this place, so it is not entirely easy to do that. We're going towards the third boss while avoiding as many of these dark servants as possible, because they are just not nice people to be associated with. You can call them a street gang of sorts here. If dragons had their own street gangs, they would definitely populate them with the dark servants. Holy shit, what's going on in this place? Anyway, let's take care of these guys, and because the third boss is sitting right in that pond ahead of us. It's actually two guys at once. It's one badass chieftain. Not sure why did I use that just now. But anyway, it is a chieftain, some ads, and Noropi, Argonomorph Frog Rider. That guy has to die first, the one I'm attacking here, because he has some ranged attack that hurts you, as well as summons ads. One thing to note here is that considering that our DPS is pretty high, we might, I might not be able to showcase all the mechanics of this boss, but I will try to go through them at least briefly. So for now, let us just stick to killing that frog rider, even though I do not have anything against frogs. But unfortunately, this one is evil, so... it's a victory music, but it is not over yet. As Ocelot would say, it's not over yet, Snake. And we've got a great Chief Toonkan to deal with. He's got some... he's not really dangerous by himself, from what I can tell. He's just got a few attacks, but there is an interesting mechanic involving him falling to 50% HP. Yes. Ecthol Analus. It's a good thing that Tank is doing. He's stacking the boss together with the Ecthol Analus, so I can attack them both at the same time with my AoE attacks. And what this thing does is emit this friggin' energy, which, do know, will not be doing anything useful, at least this time. There are still two of them to go. They appear at the 30 and I think 15%, so they will be just coming and coming. Normally, if your party is less geared at this point in time and does less damage, it will of course take a little while between these things to appear. And another mechanic which I think is timed in some way. Yeah, seriously, we just killed this guy even before we took down the third Ecthol Analus. But when you kill the third Ecthol Analus, he will, the chieftain there will summon two strong mobs to help him. which you would probably want to kill first before actually dealing with the chieftain. But that finishes all the regular bosses. All that's left is the final boss. The Immortal Dragon, which doesn't really want to die according to the story. And will I get anything out of this run? Seriously, I want my chest piece. Even if it's bind, even if it's BOE, I will be just happy with it, I'm telling you. It's seriously just as strong, if not stronger, than a +9 tier 8 yellow equipment. But anyway, let's use that teleport here and arrive to Drathiel Haven. And as you can see from the above, there in the distance, another dragon. It's a little bit, well, it's drastically different from the one we encountered before. It has a few interesting mechanics which tend to kick unprepared asses, so I better watch closely. As I am about to die, let us regenerate a little bit of stamina. Of course, if you are first time here, you use all the charms, go with the best stamina possible. And let's see, this guy has a 360 degrees personal attack, he's got frontal cleave, he's got conic attack in front of him. What else? But more importantly, he throws personal AoE puddle on himself, and at the same time he attempts to stun your party. If your party is heavy on melee, you might all get caught in that puddle. As soon as you see the puddle and you're taking damage over time, you've noticed that you should run away from the boss. There is even a warning message that pops up, but it doesn't work all the time. Sometimes it bugs out, so you have to pay attention to whether or not you're standing in a puddle of snot or whatever it is. It looks like more like electrified liquid or something like that. You will definitely see it in just a little bit. But anyway, yeah, it seems like my party has decided to go, so let's join them. Turn that guy away, please, if possible. Epic music, epic boss fight music. And I'm experiencing some delay for some reason. I need to check my internet connection after that. He's already minus 20%. Another important mechanic here is that pylon that spawns from time to time depending on the boss's HP. Whoa, seriously? It died so fast that I wasn't even able to show what it does. But well, it would have been 4 golems, you could call them artillery golems, and there we go, this is the puddle you have to run out of. You can get stunned, like as you can see, there is a short-range stun and my party members right now are unavailable to assist. But back to the pylon there, it would have been 4, oh my god, that was a frontal conic AoE, his fire breath. 4 golems would have spawned, which would have been shooting like artillery at you, you would have been under barrage, so of course this is not something you want to be a target of. Holy crap, that's another AoE puddle, and just a look at how much damage I'm taking. Well, better not stand in that. And the healer, I think, is again stunned, but she is feeling fine right now, so it's okay. 45%, and it's about time the second pylon spawn. Shalazan Iknepars. Don't get close to this guy, they say. Let's try to get away from him and actually target the pylon. This time it's dragons. Well, at least this time I'm able to show what this does, but they didn't really shoot anything. But believe me, these guys really spew a lot of stuff on you if you leave pylon alive for longer than it should be. Right about now there should be some ads spawning. Yeah, you can see in the distance the ads have spawned. They're just generally they just don't move. They're here to limit your area of operations to the middle. Simply ignore them and stay in the middle area here, and so you do not get caught by these guys' AoE. And as soon as the dragon falls, they disappear. Seriously, with a good group. Am I finally getting something? Yeah. Let's just check out what did I get and how much it's better than what I had before. My dreams come true, but this is not... Oh, come on. This is not what I wanted to have. I really wanted to... Still, it is better. It has more effects. Quite a good drop, I'm telling you. Nothing I could use, but still. Quite a good drop. Well, anyway, this concludes the dungeon. Just leave the party and teleport out of here. And on this note, I'm about to tell you guys goodbye. Don't forget to subscribe at youtube.com/dailypve. I do a lot of videos for MMORPGs and just the MOBA and maybe some other games. I'm planning to stick around for a while. So subscribe, and I will see you in my future videos. Have a good day.